hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello, DaVarryl. It's nice to speak to you.
How are you?
Good, good.
Hello?
Very
What's
good.
up?
How are you both doing? Have you both had a good day?
Yes, I'm having a very good day.
Pretty good. Hey, how you doing, Ben? This is Emmanuel.
Good to speak to you all.
Good
Nice
to
to
speak to
speak to
you
you,
as well.
Emmanuel. How are you doing, Ike? You doing well?
Ike, how you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you?
Blessed,
Very.
blessed to be here.
Blessed to be
Great.
here. Honestly, it's very pivotal moment, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
So you say you've got a promoter secured?
Yeah, I actually got a couple of them. So we're out here out in Colorado. I had to talk to because I didn't think it major. When I say major, your top ranks and your PBCs, they weren't interested in doing any business. So what I did was I put together a consortium. Can you guys see me? I put together a consortium of promoters that were interested in the fight, and they wanted to be a joint promotion with TOS, which is DaVarryl's promotional company, and they're interested in the fight. But they wanted to gauge, Ike's interest, and they also wanted to gauge, you know, what exactly were you looking for, Ike, as far as um, contractual stuff.
Yeah, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a
Yeah.
lot of sense. It's good to get everyone together anyway, especially if promoters are willing to financially, invest in it. So it's good to get everyone together. And I've actually got four quite good questions what we can bring up, and we can discuss this to try and push the fight out there. And the first question I would ask, and Emmanuel, I'd like to hear your opinion on this as well, is what are your thoughts on each other's past fights? Do you think, like, what is your thoughts on DaVarryl? What's your thoughts on Ike's previous fights? And Ike, what's your opinion and more thoughts on DaVarryl's previous fights?
I'll go first. I think that Ike has looked very good in his previous fights. He's undefeated. I mean, he's beaten some good names, and he just been you know he's been away. So that time with him boxing at the time or the amount of time he was active, he was very good.
Yeah,
It's just that we don't know what we're seeing because he's been gone for a few years, and we don't know what's still in the tank or what which direction his body and mind is.
yeah, yeah, exactly. He's got the two great names behind his 20-0 record, David Tua and Chris Bird, and you yourself as well. You fought Klitschko, and there's the guy who fought Mike Tyson as well. I've forgotten his name, the Irish guy.
Oh yeah, Kevin McBride.
Yeah, that's it. And there's a few other guys in there as well. And what do you think, Ike? What do you think on DaVarryl's previous fights? What are your thoughts on it?
I actually checked him up on box rate and he got some impressive wins, fortunately. And the thing is that I don't look at the I'm not really concerned about whom he fought, you know.
Yeah,
You asked that question.
yeah,
The deal here is you said that you wanted to see if I would accept a fight of him. And I said yes, and you started obviously to make this something. I would appreciate if he's been able to, get the promoter because really, you see, I've been training. I'm in shape to fight, and if he is ready and if he can fight as he were in the 2000, obviously it's gonna be a good fight out there. But if he's not in shape, he's not training. I don't think any promoters would want to spend their money. It's so a ridiculous thing that promoters now look into, fights and sort them out to see if the people or the public want to see such fight. And my record is unblemished, and although he's got a nice record, it's a good fight. If any promoter would want to take up the fight, I'm interested in the promoter taking up the fight rather than his record or resume. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I
yeah,
understand.
of course, yeah. The promoter is, you could say, he's putting a lot on the line on both sides. And I was shocked when you said you found a promoter, actually, because it's very hard to come across one who's willing to take risks like that, like this. So, yeah,
Well, the good thing about what we have going on here is DaVarryl, especially here in the United States, DaVarryl has, his own name. He has his own following, and so when he is able to leverage his business relationships, us actually finding the promoter wasn't really that hard. I think their main question was, what is Ike looking for in the promotion of this fight? What is your compensation package? What would you be trying to do? We know the fight has to either be in UK or Nigeria, so it can be here. So we got to figure out, what exactly. I guess we will pose this question to you: what exactly are you looking for in terms of this fight? Because I can tell you this right now, one thing that separates me from all the other managers is this: when a manager in especially this is 2025, so the old school days of boxing promotion are no more. You don't need a promoter, a big name promoter anyway, necessarily to push fights anymore. You got YouTubers making boxing matches now. So
yeah,
I guess
that's very
so.
true.
So to expound on what I'm saying is this: we could get, let's say we got Bob Arum involved right now. He would tell you, I'll give you 80%, but you only gonna get 40 at the end of it. When I tell you you'll get $1, that's exactly what you'll get, is $1. So when you do business with us, if we agree to a certain amount, that's exactly the amount that you're gonna get.
Yeah,
We pride ourselves on being upstanding businessmen. And that's why DaVarryl is able to leverage his professional relationships within the boxing community that allowed us to find promoters for this fight. So I think this will be a co-promoted event. And so, again, I'll pose the question to you. What exactly are you looking for? What do you need to make this happen?
How do you know that it can't be in the United States? I mean, I'm clear that I can fight in the United States. I can obtain a visa to be in the United States, or even return. I'm waiting for money to you know to return to the United States, cash rather than litigation. I'm waiting for a long sum of amount of money to return to the United States. And so the idea that the fight should happen in the United States is creative to me. It's beneficial to me that the fight happens in the United States. So as to use one source to trigger. That's number one. And the other one is number two is that you cannot discuss courses with me because you are not really the promoter. If you were the promoter, then obviously is you that should present a contract to me. You understand what I'm saying? So having it on the responsibilities and or obligations would transfer same to you as the obligor. I don't think that I am in the best place to offer myself a deal and accept it at the same time. You got to offer me a deal to come to the United States to fight with Williamson, and then I had to counter or accept or counter offer that.
Well,
So I don't.
I agree with
Yeah, go ahead.
I agree with what you're saying. We want to know what you want exactly out of this contract. What do you want exactly out of I mean, as far as compensation? You said you want the fight to take place in the United States. What is the status of your visa for that to happen?
Don't worry. My visa is money. I'd have to go to the embassy and apply for visa with a contract of a fight in the United States. That's a mandatory requisite. They want
And
purpose
I'll say
at
this
this
to you
time.
as well. I
Government to tell them what?
I was going to say this to you as well, is that upon us researching the boxing demographics, I think this will be a much bigger fight in the UK.
It would be massive in the UK.
It will be
Massive.
massive in the UK. In the
Oh, are
United
you in
States,
support?
not so much.
Okay, okay. I really don't care where it is. I thought you were singling out the United States for inability to host the fight. If
Uh,
if if UK is interested in the fight, fine. You know that I will pay tax to the United States because I'm responsible in paying my videos and responsibilities. So I don't think that whatever the fight occurs is a problem for me. It's not a problem. What is the deal is that if the contract is tethered to my end here, I would review it and then return if there's no contract and there's nothing to discuss. You understand what I'm saying?
But we haven't got that far yet. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Before we will pose a contract to you, we first needed to meet with you to gauge your interest, and we also needed to meet with you to gauge what exactly you want out of this fight, because we're going to take that back to our promoters, and then they're going to say if that's something that they're willing to do or not willing to do.
He is a person
But
who has
we've already
indicated
talked to him.
and he here, Williamson, he wants to fight, and that's all. He wants to fight. I want to fight. You tell us how much you're gonna pay us, and not what we're gonna accept. That's not how it's done. Okay, here is a fight that you believe is gonna be lucrative, money on the fight, and you want it to be in UK and of all places. Then there's money discussed here. So you present a contract and whether you stipulate, take it or leave it, that's your business. But like I said, I'm the fighter and he's the fighter. We both have agreed that we're gonna fight or that we're gonna fight. So what is the paperwork?
We needed to talk to you before we got any of that
yeah.
drawn up.
We just. I
We
think.
have.
I am
I think
What
it.
that's
I'm
what
in,
we're saying to you.
I
We're
just.
I'm
giving you the
interested.
opportunity right now.
I, I'm interested in the fight if the conditions are legal and profitable. Yes, I am very much interested.
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
and
I'm not.
at what
I'm not.
price are
I'm
you
not.
interested?
I cannot discuss that. You got to tell me. Why you are interested. Why you call me. You wanted me. You wanted to fight me, and I'm interested. So you present the deal, and I accept
Right.
or I don't. Okay, yeah. So, but you haven't done anything because you're not the promoter. So what are you thinking about?
But we wanted to make sure that we met all your demands or requirements per this fight as well.
Yeah. I
Or we
think.
want to make sure we at least
How?
come close to it. And I'll give you an
I,
example. If I offered you $20 US to fight, you wouldn't take that.
Yeah.
So we're giving you
then
the
I'll tell you what.
opportunity.
On that, I will tell you whether I will take 21 because you hadn't even done that meaningfully. This is just euphoric. It's not real. If you were serious and you like I said, either a contract or proposal to me, I will consider it and I will return to you. I don't think that it is a big bad deal, for us to accept. And we've crossed the first level, that is our indicia to fight, and that cannot be denied. So now it's going to be on the negotiation table, how much I'm gonna be paid or how much is gonna be paid. That is business. But we have indicated that we want to fight, and by God's grace, if there is a promoter, then obviously, we are fighting regardless of, minor flaws in the contract. Money is of the essence, but not the excruciating factor. The excruciating factor is that we want to fight, and you believe that it can happen to UK. So that's great. That's marvelous. So let's get the ball rolling. I mean, I don't think we are doing any progress here, talking and debating on what ought to be, the terms of the agreement. Present the deal, and I'll let you know what ought to be kept and what is are not to be kept. It's just how the common method of negotiation.
Yeah,
Then let me ask you, what are your thoughts? You're in the UK. What are your thoughts?
I think in the UK it's going to be massive, and I
That's what I
think
say too.
yeah, that's it. It's going to be huge, and I understand Ike's sort of frustration because all of his other fights was in the United States, and I know he wants to continue that in the United States. But in terms of revenue and getting money in there and having you getting what you deserve, I feel like the UK could offer that much better. I feel like it's going to be huge. You're going to get more out of it. And I actually respect that you've come and you spoke with us, because the one thing that we've experienced the most up to now is betrayal. So just to meet in the middle and talk about these things before it happens is reassurance, and it's exactly what we need at this point, because we can't be affording to waste any more time.
Right. And we feel the same way, and that's exactly, why we wanted to meet with you and Ike today, because we wanted to make sure Ike gets treated fairly.
Yeah, yeah,
And that is our main goal, and we want to make sure you get treated fairly from every aspect, financially and every other aspect. So that's why we're willing to ask you that's why we're asking you what exactly you want out of this. Now, if you say to us, we just send us the contract and we'll decide whether we want to do it or not, we can do that. But that's kind of an impersonal way of doing business.
yeah.
That the boxing game isn't like that anymore.
Ike, is there anything that you're lacking right now, what you need or what you could do with, like in terms of support to help make this fight happen? Like, is there anything that you need right now, or like have you got equipment, have you got things that there to make it happen?
It's all gonna come out from the court. Once a fight is scheduled and agreed upon, there is everything becomes a budget.
Yeah,
So I am not sure what they're looking at, what their budget looks like. So if they are telling me that I should give them an estimate, it's pulling my leg. All I do is box. No matter the company backing me, I am interested in being let out, leaves out to go and fight, and that's what it looks like to me, and that's what it's gonna be. I cannot tell them what I actually want or
yeah,
what this is not
I
the time to
understand.
tell.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is not time to talk about training fees and all, or loan or balance or something like that. It comes on the nutshell of the cost. So I cannot start with all of that. I'm good now. I'm good. I would have fought on December 7th. So the preparation to get me there was already saved, and after that, box on the 7th of December 2024. So with that, all I need to do is to transfer it to this one. So
yeah,
I am looking at, partially being ready to fight, but they have got to give me a paperwork, something to look into, and not the oral discussion here that we are doing. It's not going to help anything.
yeah.
Let's move forward. We are
And
on a conference here, video conference. And the other is that, we now have a venue UK and of the promoter. So now the deal is that the fight is almost done or concluded. Just to give me a proposal to peruse, to look into and to see, what they are, how, they want to operate, so that
Well,
I can consider that.
I understand exactly what you're saying there, Ike. You basically want everything to be brought to the table first, and that's completely understandable. And my question to DaVarryl is, what would you want from this fight?
I'm on the same page as Ike. I
Yeah,
want someone to offer me a contract, something in writing says, "Hey, this number is good. It's at 500,000. It's a million. Is it 1,500,000? Is it 2 million? Is it 750,000?" I want to hear someone in writing say this. Just having a conversation is one thing, but someone write something in black and white. Says, "Hey, I want you to fight Ike Ibeabuchi in the UK, and we're gonna offer you four cornermen. We're gonna do this. We're gonna suit you up for a whole week. We want you to arrive 10 days before the fight. I want you to make sure you acclimated. We want to make sure all the medicals is done. I mean, like the whole conversation. Um, the medicals, hotel stay. This is the gym you're gonna be at. Ike has his gym from 10 to 12. You have it from 12 to 2, or you have it from 1 to 3. So you don't really cross paths. You have an hour before you coming in and he leaving out. Just like the regular fight game. We want to see something in writing and it makes sense. I got my guy here who's on my team, and he's passionate about me and passionate about the making of this fight.
yeah,
But it's just Ike and I, we don't have any numbers. I mean, I don't want to shoot myself in the foot by saying 2 million or 5 million, and a person only offering 700,000. I mean, like I don't want to write it down. I want to say, hey, what is this interest in you? And if it means that much, then of course we look at each other or look at ourselves and say, hey man, this is enough right here to make this fight happen. I'm happy with 2 million. I'm happy with 1.5 million. I'm happy with this much, to make this fight happen. It's the main event. I want to be the main event. I mean, like those kind of other things. We'll chime in and say, man, are we the main event? Are we the co-main event? Are we in the UK? Are we in USA? Are we in Chicago? Are we in Vegas? Wherever it makes sense. Hopefully the venue, hopefully the place is something that I can get to, and it's a good place. It's a good place for the both of us, and the fight makes sense for the both of us. And we're right here on tape. We're right here on camera, on video, saying, hey, we're looking at each other in the eye, saying, yeah, we want to fight. Now,
yeah.
hopefully, my guy and you're his guy. That we hope that you guys can get together enough to make it happen, and get along enough to make sure. And Ike and I say, hey, I'm interested in fighting you. I'm interested in fighting you in a professional manner. And then, of course, we both trying to win. So whatever that costs, we want it to make sense to us, but we don't want to shoot us up in the foot and say, hey, I'm gonna do this for 20,000. It's really 60,000. Say 60,000 is really 150,000. I mean, like we want to say, hey, what does it mean? And then you got to look at yourself and say, hey, they're only offering us 500,000. Is that enough to get in the ring with DaVarryl? They're offering 200. They're offering 300,000 American dollars. Is that enough for you to get come back in the ring? You know what I mean? And then we'll talk to our team, you and Emmanuel together, and say, hey, I'm good with that. I'm good. Well, how much is he getting? I mean, like we kind of want to know our number, then want to know your number, because it's going to be good for the both of us.
Yeah.
Ike's undefeated, but he's been gone for a while. I haven't fought in a while, so it's almost the same. It's almost the same. You know what I mean?
I completely understand that. And I'm not sure what goes on in the promotional world, but I mean, like, it's okay saying let's do it in the UK, but then you got to think about arenas, Tottenham Arena, O2. Like, make sure the seating plan is enough to make sure that you're getting the revenue in. Would there be a possibility that your promoter could give a figure a rough estimate or an accurate one?
They already told us when we spoke with the promoter. They had already suggested an arena to us.
Yeah.
Let me see. I can't remember which one it was. Let me see. I think it's 5,600 capacity.
What was the place for this weekend?
No, that wasn't it. It was look for the.
Could you fight in Dubai?
Yes, I'm allowed to fight anywhere. Dubai is a good place.
Okay.
Is that where the venue of 5,600 people capacity is?
No,
Dubai.
I just use it as an option because I see a lot of fights going to Dubai, going to places like that.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if I don't want to say it if you're not interested in it, you saying that we're both interested in fights, so we pretty much if you can get there, we can get there. You know, we can fight anywhere, especially if it makes sense for us and make dollars make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Riyadh season's massive now.
But would be a nice place. But yeah, I don't think Dubai beats UK. The aura is in UK now. You know,
Yeah, I say, yeah. I
Yeah,
say the
yeah,
UK
UK.
too.
UK.
yeah, UK is good.
Yeah.
You has a strong buzz, huh?
Yeah.
Have you
Yeah,
heard of Copper Box Arena? Ben?
Where in UK?
Copper
Where?
Box, yeah.
Copper Box Arena.
In UK?
It's in Olympic Park, London.
London. That'd be good. That'd be 5,600.
That's what we're looking at right now.
Yeah. Did you say 5,600 people?
I
sitting
think the capacity is about 5,600, 6,000 for boxing.
Would that be able to fund like a good purse, like say a million or whatever, like 700,000?
It might. It depends on how we're able. I guess it would depend on how well we would be able to promote the fight in the UK. And I think that we could probably promote it a lot easier there than we could here. That's for sure.
I know quite a lot of like people in the UK who could help promote. I mean, although I would need help still, I would do my best. I know quite a lot of connections over here, a lot more than what I do in the US anyway. So I'd be more useful here than anywhere else.
I think that going forward, I think the best place would definitely be the UK. And what was talked about when we talked to the various promoters we talked to, they're talking about Copper Box Arena. I think that's a good venue.
Yeah.
Especially for a comeback fight. That's a great venue.
Because it's less than 6,000 people, so we can sell it out.
We can sell it out.
I'd rather have it smaller and sell it out than a big arena and it's not everybody's not in the seats.
Yeah,
I like the smaller venue, but it's like a Cracker Jack box, and it's just full, no standing room only. We want that.
Yeah, no, that's.
Am I right? Am I right, Ike? Does that make sense to you?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Yes, 50,000 is there. It's enough capacity. I believe that it's good for the comeback fight, and of course this is gonna be somewhat what rounds are we looking? 12 rounds or
12?
Do you know?
Is it 7 rounds?
Say that again.
How many rounds are we looking at?
I would say hopefully that we can get 12 rounds. Maybe we can get some sort of belt, recognition belt that's out there that's available for two comeback fighters. I mean, like it's got to be something out there that's going to immediately put us in the top 10.
So we're gonna have it to be sanctioned then by the governing body.
See, this is the thing though. This is the thing. If you sanction the fight, that's going to be less money for everybody else. and then you got to pay sanctioning fees.
But it's not costly, man. It's not costly. The sanction and fight is not there. It's not really a thing of that would affect the process. It's just that this fight ought to be recognized because I haven't fought in 2068, and obviously Darrell has not fought since 2014 or 11. I don't know when he retired. So for that reason, and I'm seeking for a title fight. If this fight can be recognized, I'd so much love it. I'm appreciate it because as an old pro, I don't have nothing to lose. But again, so if it's recognizable, it's fashionable, it will be great. Otherwise, we just go there and plug it out and get it over with. I don't think that it won't be profitable. They would like it. I believe the governing bodies would love to see the fight, and they would recognize it or sanction it. So it depends on the promoter.
I think it would.
You think it will?
I agree with you, Ike, because of our names and the popularity and what we've done in the field of boxing over the years. I think I'm not gonna say they owe it to us, but out of respect, they probably gonna say, hey, the winner of this fight will definitely be in the top 15. And so in order to be top 15, we gotta have an understanding going into this. I don't know if it's gonna be WBC top 15, WBA, IBF, or WBO, but maybe two of those four sanctioned bodies, we should both be the winner of the fight should be in the top 15 in two of those four governing bodies. Fair enough?
Yeah.
Now we need the movers and the shakers to agree to that, on possibly making them fight. But we want to make the fight, and all the other stuff is going to happen the way it's supposed to, organically. I mean, of course, we're gonna shake bushes, but the main thing is, a number that you and I both like or will accept and says, hey, okay, I know we're not giving you as much money as you really want right now, but win this fight, and the next time, you know what I mean?
Yeah, see, there's a lot of opportunity here. There's a lot of opportunity. I think Ben sees that as well. There's a lot of opportunity here. And so I think we should focus less on the money and more on the opportunity, because the opportunity.
We are the opportunity. We have the capacity to make it or not make it. So it is the opportunity. We are fighting, and that's the opportunity. So I don't want any other denial here. I love to fight. I love to fight. So let the promoter come out. You know what I'm saying? Let's have his side of view. Let's have the promoter. Let's see what the promoter says. The promoter is gonna be the one to decide all the things we're talking about.
Yeah.
Well, like I told you, we've already talked to the promoters. That's why we're talking to you. We've already had a conversation with them. We already know. We kind of got a good gauge on what they're willing to put into it, and I'll leave it at that for now. But why we wanted to talk to you to find out what exactly you wanted, to make sure that you were getting treated fairly, and to make sure that everything was going to be amenable to you and DaVarryl.
So we know that being on this phone call that you are interested and I'm interested in the fight against each other in the very near future. Now we got that. I saw your eyes. I saw the whites of your eyes. You're very interested. It's sincere. Now, when you speak to promoters, say, hey, I talked to him directly. He's interested. I'm interested. We don't have to I'm not sure if he's interested or not. I mean, yeah, he's interested. I'm interested. You can tell the same people on your side, hey, we talked to DaVarryl. He's interested. We talked to Ike. He's interested. Now let's make it happen. In the very near future. I mean, I don't have any blackout dates where I can't fight. I can't fight in April. My sister's wedding. I can't fight in May. I mean, like I have a son who's graduating from college in May, and I'm gonna be there for that. But before that or after that, I'm in.
Yeah.
So let's get it as soon as possible. The deal is that we need to get it as soon as possible rather than waste a lot of time. That I just know this is February. You know what I mean? I mean this is March. So this
So
is March. So let's get it. I mean March is here. Like how long do you think you'll be ready?
45 days.
Okay, 45 days then is great. Let's do it for the 5 days.
Okay. But okay, 45 days from now. Okay. All I'm explaining to you is that on the week of May 18th is a blackout period for me because my son graduates from college and I gotta be there. I can't. That's non-negotiable.
Yeah.
Either before or after that.
That's the day.
Graduating too. So I think in the interest of time, if we're gonna schedule a fight between you guys, no, hell no, we need to push that out. We need to make it like probably at the end of July, early August.
Yeah,
that's too far for me. That's too far. That's too far, man. What is anyway? The thing is that why this is on a back burner. I mean, if I had other engagements, I might take it. It won't preclude me from having this verified.
That's 4 months from now.
Yeah. What fight takes that long? There's no fight except cancellation. There's no fight that takes that long.
Fights get scheduled 6 months out.
Yeah, well, it's not at this point. We Ben knows what I'm talking about. But find another. This fight might not be.
I agree with you. I'm gonna say June just because I don't want to schedule something. I want to say June. Why you can't?
My son graduated from high school.
What year? What day?
June
what? So June 7th. Anytime June 7th or June 8th. I mean, like after those dates, because he has graduation on June 5th. So June 7th or 8th, we're good to go.
The promoter, are you telling me the promoter doesn't care about the date that this fight could be had?
We're giving them the dates. They're willing to accept the dates from us.
Oh,
but
really?
But you guys got to have training camp too.
Yeah, but this is.
Can we fight early May, late April, early May?
that sounds better.
Yeah, that sounds better. That sounds better.
All right, that sounds good to me.
Let them pick. Let the promoter pick the dates ranging from.
But I want to. But I want to talk to you. We want early May or late April.
Okay.
Late June.
No.
Okay.
She's not fighting.
All right. Do your thing.
I'd recommend early May. What do you think, Ike? Early May?
That's great. That's great.
Early May,
That's
start
great.
of a new month.
Yes. After all, their graduation takes a day. I mean, you can also go to attend that graduation and continue with your schedule. That in the same month. I mean, not that a month will occupy the whole graduation day. You know what I mean?
I like late. I like late April, early May. I want to say early May, like before May 10th.
Yeah.
Okay. Before May 10th. Okay.
All right.
Fair enough.
Will we get a definite when you speak to the promoter? Will we get a definite date? Like.
Okay.
Yeah, let the promoter seal the final date as to their comfort or comfortability. Let them pick as to the range we'll give them from from April to May, like late April to May.
Early May.
Yeah, from late April to early May.
Can I do early May?
Why not?
Because we can't. We got too much going on until after early June. So June or late June or July. It can't be May, April, May. June or July can't be April or May.
Why the delay?
Well, the delay is for a few different reasons. First of all, our promoters wanted to make it for a little longer. That's number one. Number two, his son's graduating from college. My son's graduating from high school, and we both got to be there. So that's early June. That puts us out to the second week in June, right there.
Yeah, I suppose from like the graduations, that's non-negotiable anyway. We'd never expect you to miss that.
Right.
But
so what we don't want to do is, like, we would love to do it in 45 days, but right now that's unrealistic. Realistically, we looking at middle of June, late June at the earliest.
If it did happen at that time, could we then assure that those seats are going to sell out? Like, are we all going to really promote this fight so it's massive? Because for that, in that time, that delay, we can do so much in terms of.
I think that's what we should do. We should take all the time we need, because you got to remember, me and DaVarryl are promoting this from another country. So I think we should take all the time we need to promote it properly, to get, promotional stuff out in the UK, because that's going to take a joint effort between us and you, obviously. And I think we should we don't have to rush this. If we take our time and try to put it on use enough time to promote it and try to put it on at a good time, we'll have a way better turnout. But April, early May, that's not realistic.
April and early May. Okay, well, let the promoter come out. Let the promoter pick the date. You are speaking for the promoter. Now, when are you going to put the contract to look into?
Say that again?
The contract, the papers, the terms of the endearment.
We needed to talk to you first before we did any of that. That's putting the cart before the horse. We wouldn't just send you a contract and just want you to agree to it. Like right now, we're trying to figure out what the good dates would be. So we'd have been coming back to you anyway.
Are you the promoter?
So, we've talked to the promoters. We're speaking for the promoters right now.
When could we get the promoters on board then? Because we've spoke now. Would there be a possibility of getting a promoter here to talk further? Because
I mean, that could be arranged.
Yeah, I think it needs to be, because definitely
that could be arranged. Okay. But like I said, we definitely needed to get you guys in front of each other.
Yes. We don't want today. Was great. We were successful today. Let's have the promoter on board. Let's see the face of the promoter. Let's see, where he's coming from or they're coming from, so that we can be in unison at everything, including money and or the time of the engagement. So let's have the promoter online too.
How quick could we get a promoter here? Like, is it going to take him a month to get it and make this happen, or next week?
We got to talk to him. I can't speak intelligently to that right now.
Fair enough.
We'd have to talk back to him.
Yeah.
See what he wants to do. But
the quicker we can get all of this done, the better.
But I can tell you right now, April, May is not going to work. It's either got to be middle June or any time after that.
Okay.
June will be the earliest.
All right. Even June is 3 months. No promoter would accept. I mean, I'm reasonable to time, because I cannot have this fight on a radar and then elect to have another fight in between. I wanted to, preserve the time of this fight specifically for this fight. So if this fight is June, let's seal it on a deal and sign. I don't want, this hanging over my head and then, creating such absence of mind where I would have to depend on it rather than proceeding with other ventures, because this is 2025. It's been always I'm supposed to be. I should have been in the ring by now. So, but June, not later than June.
Okay. Fair enough.
So let's do. I believe the promoter would understand that
That makes sense. That makes sense. Like,
hey Ben, quick question for you. How many? If you don't have to be specific, but as far as the interest in the UK, how many offers have you got to do anything?
What, from promoters?
Yeah, pretty much. How many, if any, offers have you gotten?
Well, I've emailed people, and I'm constantly emailing people, but I've actually been emailing promoters in Nigeria, because the promoters here in the UK are quite massive. People like Eddie Hearn and Ben Shalom, and they probably won't reply to me. So I've had to email promoters in Nigeria and to try and get something going on there. But it's a good thing you guys have messaged, because you have a lot more accessibility to these promoters, and I'm sure the ones in America are a lot more reliable than the ones in Nigeria, because we've had non-stop issues with the promoters in Nigeria.
So did you get any traction with that?
They let us down though. I got a lot of people getting interested in the fight between Ayman and Farouk, and then the promoter let us down. So I've been left to sort of scavenge what I can in terms of promoters in Nigeria, but they're a bit. What we've experienced up to now isn't great. So I've emailed people, I've heard back from people, and they've let us down. So it's more like, it's good that we've got a gauge on something now, and you've got access to these people who are willing to invest money into these things, because it's important. Otherwise, none of it's ever going to happen.
Right.
But the one thing,
I mean, we definitely have the people that are willing to invest the money. That's the easy part, I guess.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
that's easy.
Our only issue with, say, it taking so long is that we've got, like, I don't know how to say it, like PTSD in a way, because we was waiting months and months and months for December, and then we got turned around, let down, advertised 3 different dates, and none of it ever happened. So we don't want to be waiting so long, and then when that date comes, it gets rescheduled, like, again, sort of thing. Like, we want to make sure we've got a date. If it is 3 to 2 months away, it definitely happens.
Okay. Well, I know you guys are busy. We appreciate your time today. I think we'll go ahead and we'll take this information back to our promoters. And like I said, DaVarryl's TOS Boxing will be co-promoting the event too, so he'll be in it too. So, but we appreciate your time, Ike, Ben, and we'll take this back to the promoters, and we'll be in touch with you.
Thank you both. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Really
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.